Hey brats, welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out Kiwi Livy. Oh my gosh. Brats, today we are checking out Kiwi Knuckle design straps. These are going to be kind of similar to those AMVR straps we checked out that hold the controllers on your hand for you, but these are a little simpler design. They leave the battery compartments accessible, so I'm super excited to check these out. Let's open them up. A real simple packaging. Comes in 4 pieces with a little booklet, user manual. Are we going to need it? We're going to take a look at least. So there's 2 different ways to hook these to your controllers. So, and it looks like by looking at them, I would say it doesn't matter which side you put them on. So let's find out. So I've got my Oculus Quest controllers here that I put my Asterion skins on, the ones that I cut up in another video so that I can get the battery compartment off. So I did that hoping that this would be the perfect pairing for that. Meaning I can now have skins on my controller, I get the batteries, and have knuckle grips so the skins don't slip the battery compartment open. So let's find out. So if you've never taken off your straps before, it's real simple. There's just a open area right there, and you just kind of wiggle them out. This will be the first time these have come off, and it's always a little harder the first time. There you go. And then you take this, unhook the Velcro. One side obviously is the same as what came there. And this is going to be this hand. I'm going to want to go this way. We're just going to slide that in where the old one was. Okay. At this point, I think we can go ahead and put the battery door back on. So then this should be able to go this way. And then as far as the second part, it says there's a couple different ways you can do it. So one is to just open up this band and put it way up here. Oh, and maybe rip your skin off that you did. So then it would go up as high as possible. I feel like that's definitely going to get in the way of my trigger doing it that way. So I'm going to try it going around this. You're just going to go around this and take it back through itself. So you got that there. You bring this down, bring this over it, and you've got knuckle style straps. Now one thing that's weird, they're not very stretchy besides that one part up above. So the only part that really stretches is this part. So that's the only part that's really going to keep this that secure. So I'd say probably move this as far forward as you can. And then probably what's best, leave them a little tight and then just slip your hand in and out. Because if you're going to try and put these on one-handed every time you go to play, it is a little difficult. So now you've got some knuckle style straps. You definitely need to, there's a spot that's probably going to be more comfortable. So you're going to kind of need to move it around until you find that spot and then see how you like these. Now, one thing that I found with the other AMVR straps that I definitely am kind of feeling with these already, it puts your hand at a little different of an angle than you would naturally hold these controllers. So when you naturally hold them, you kind of let them rest leaning forward and hold them. When you try and do it with these knuckle straps, they tend to push your hand up the side further if you want them to be tight. And then what happens in games is you find you have to tip your wrists forward a bit more, like this, to get your gun to aim straight, which can be really awkward. And it also makes it a little harder sometimes to reach your grip buttons. So I think the reason being for that, and especially with this one versus the AMVR at least extends this down a little further and then comes back up, which gives your hand a bit more freedom to stay down where it should be. This one pushes your hand up the more you tighten it. So as I try and tighten this, it's pushing my hand up the controller, which then leaves my hand kind of at an awkward angle, honestly, because like right now, if you look at it, I am nowhere near the A or B button. I am way up above the buttons. So to get back to the buttons, I kind of have to push this down and do that. So these are a lot cheaper. These are about half the price, the AMVR ones. I would say the AMVR ones are far superior to these just by looking at them. So one, this doesn't have that much wraparound Velcro. It's only got a small spot of Velcro here. It definitely, unless you have really small hands, it's going to be forcing your hand up the controller probably further than you want it to be. Because really, if I was to hold this controller exactly like I wanted, so where I can hit both buttons, here, and just do this. I'm not letting my hand move. I'm trying to keep it still, but get this knuckle controller tight. The minute I let go of the controller, you see my hand slides up it, and then again, I'm back here. It's almost like I should be using these 2 fingers to do the trigger and this one to do the grip. So I would say, as far as the Kiwi ones go, I wouldn't recommend these unless you have very small hands. They're not going to keep your hand in the right position. Like, if I slip my pinky out, I'm actually much closer to the right position now. It's awkward because this is pushing in on my pinky. But it definitely, these knuckle straps are not going to give you the right kind of comfort, I don't think. And I can try adjusting them back further. I can do different things like that. But really, no matter what I do, I don't find these comfortable. So let's try one last attempt here. We're going to put it back down where they said the other option is, although that's going to get near your buttons and stuff. I really don't think that's a feasible option, but we're going to at least give it a shot. So frankly, as far as controller comfort goes, this is much closer. It's still awkward to reach the trigger. I'm still off and I'm still not quite there, but it's definitely closer than those were to where I can actually, I feel like I could actually play the game this way. It's going to kind of get in the way because, I mean, even now the strap is over your home button here. It's just kind of awkward. The problem is these are just, most of the knuckle straps with Rift S controllers tend to just put your hand a little too high. They need to keep your hand down lower to where you're going to be comfortable. Now, if I push it down too far, I'm risking interacting with my grip button with it. So, but if I push it up, if I push it up too high, then I'm risking interacting with my A button. And no matter where I try and put it at this point, it is definitely going to be kind of over my home button. So I would not recommend these, honestly. In fact, I'm not even going to leave a link in the description to these because I would not recommend these, honestly. I would say the AMVR ones are just way better thought out. I thought these would be cool because you could still get to the batteries. No, these are going to get in your way. Let me know if you've had the Kiwi grips and they've worked better for you. I'd love to hear about it. I don't know if it has to do with the width of your hand. I don't know if it has to do with where you hook it on. They're not for me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in another reality.